Co-signing session, the Honorable Judge Tanja Alexander presiding.
You may be seated. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Thursday, September 16th, 2021. The time is 9:06 a.m. We're here for a bond hearing for case numbers 2021 A251 0100198, possession of pointing and presenting a firearm, and case number 2021 A251 010019, insurance, false statement misrepresentation, first offense, and case number 2021 A251 0100200, conspiracy, and case number 2021 A251 00202, suicide, assist person in committing suicide, and case number 2021 A251 0100203, assault and battery of a high aggravated nature. Are you Curtis Edward Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to read this information to you. Please follow on me as I read it, okay?
I'm following this, ma'am.
We're going to start with number 2, okay?
Okay.
Warrant for your arrest will be issued for violation for any condition of this bail bond order. You have the right and obligation to be present at trial, and that trial may proceed in your absence if you fail to attend. Failure to appear in court may result in institution of additional criminal charges. Failure to appear in connection with a felony or while waiting sentence after conviction carries an additional penalty for not more than $5,000 or imprisonment for not more than 5 years, or both. Failure to appear in connection with a charge for a misdemeanor, who is the maximum possible sentence, is at least 1 year, carries an additional penalty for not more than $1,000 or imprisonment for not more than 1 year, or both. Failure to appear in court as required on any charge not specified above may result in the issuance or warrant for definitive arrest as well as loss of posted bond. You also have the right to a preliminary hearing. You have 10 days from the day to do so. You can do that orally, or you can do that in writing. You also have the right to a trial by jury. Once again, you're being charged with pointing and presenting a firearm, false statement, misrepresentation, for insurance, first offense, conspiracy, assist a person committing suicide, and assault and battery of a high aggravated nature. Turn to the next page. If you're interested in a public defender, you can apply for one at the clerk office located at the courthouse in Hampton, okay? The address there is 1 Courthouse Square.
You know what the revenue from the limit on the financial?
Well, let me do this first and I'll answer that, okay?
Okay.
All right, and that address for the clerk office is 1 Courthouse Square, M Street, Hampton, South Carolina, okay? If the charge has been brought against you or discharged, dismissed, no cross, or if you find out guilty, you may have your record expunged, okay?
Okay.
Also, you must keep the court notified of any changes of your address, okay? So if your address changes, please let us know. And if you get a bail bond, then please let him know that your address has changed, okay? Turn to the next page. This is the preliminary sheet I was telling you about. If you're interested in the prelim, you have 10 days from the day to have that information back to this court, okay?
Okay.
All right. Turn to the next page. This is information regarding your rights. Please listen carefully, okay? You have been charged with a criminal offense, and if you're found guilty, you are facing serious consequences, which may include payment of a fine, loss of your driver's license, and a possibility of a jail sentence. In addition, you may face increased penalties for later convictions, the loss of the right to possess firearms and ammunition, and your immigration status to be affected. You have important constitutional rights, including the right to representation by an attorney, but you may lose these rights or waive them if you're not asked to protect these rights. You have the right to hire an attorney to represent you in every case. If you cannot afford an attorney, you may be eligible for a free attorney. You want the determination made to whether you'll qualify for a free lawyer Then it's your obligation to screen at the location identified in paragraph 5C of the bond checklist form that you receive after your bond hearing. If you do not hire an attorney or go to be screened, then you may be found to have waived your right to have an attorney at your trial. You also have the right to represent yourself. However, you should be aware that self-representation can be dangerous. For example, there may be certain factual or legal defenses to your charge that you're not aware of, or legal issues related to conduct of trial or guilty plea that an attorney will not have reserved for an appeal. If you exercise your right to proceed without a lawyer, then you're responsible for complying with all applicable rules of court, including rules of evidence, procedure rules, and proper behavior for the judge and or jury. If convicted on the charges filed against you and you want to pay a fine, you may request a reasonable scheduled payment plan to pay the fine. It is your obligation to keep with your trial date and to obtain an attorney, either by hiring one or by being screened and found eligible for a court-appointed attorney prior to your trial date. If you do not appear at your trial with your attorney, you may be deemed to have waived your right to have an attorney at your trial. You are required to keep the court notified of any change your address until completion of this case. Okay?
Okay.
Turn to the next page. You have the right to employ counsel to represent you. In the event you are financially able to employ counsel, the state will provide you with counsel by appointment over the service of a public defender of this county. If you decide the state to provide you with counsel, you may make application for counsel unless you're not eligible under order of the court. You may apply for counsel should you qualify at the clerk office located in Hampton County, okay?
Okay.
Once again, it's a $4 application fee. You may apply if you meet the requirements, and also you do have the right to be present at trial, but if you're not, they will proceed in your absence, okay?
They'll let me know all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Turn to the next page. You are hereby ordered to appear for roll call on October 25th, 2021 at 2:00 p.m. at the courthouse in Hampton. I acknowledge and understand that I'm to appear and attend a both scheduled roster meeting. I also understand that it's my responsibility and condition of my bond that I hire an attorney and apply for a public defender within 15 days of this order. Shall I fail to appear for roll call, a bench warrant be issued for my arrest. If I fail to get an attorney within 15 days, my bond may be revoked. Understand there is a fee to pay the clerk office for my public defender application, and that it's my responsibility to pay the fee within 15 days of this notice. Understand that should I fail to meet any condition of my bond, the court will issue a bench warrant for my arrest and has the authority to revoke my bond. Okay?
Okay.
Mrs. Smith, are you interested in a public defender?
I'm probably gonna look at one, yes.
Do you want to apply for him for a public defender today or at a later date?
I'll probably do it tomorrow, the next day. Tomorrow,
Okay.
Monday.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set your bond, okay?
Okay.
On the charge of pointing and presenting a firearm at a person, your bond is going to be set at $5,000 cash or surety. On the insurance false statement misrepresentation, your bond is going to be set at $10,000. And on conspiracy, your bond is going to be set at $5,000 cash surety. And on the assistant person in committing a suicide, your bond is going to be set at $15,000 cash surety. And on the assault and battery, high and aggravated nature, your bond is going to be set at $20,000 cash surety. Your total bond is going to be $55,000. They have a list of bills balances in the back. You can get with one of those bills balances to assist you in your bill, okay?
Then you're supposed to be coming this morning.
Okay, you gotta make sure that Benjamin is certified in this county, okay?
He is.
He is, okay. I'm gonna give you this paperwork
All this is mine too, Bill.
to sign for me. Please ensure you sign all the highlighted areas. And can you make sure that his address and information that's on there is correct for me? And keep up with your paperwork that has all your information on it, okay?
I will.
Do you have any questions for me, Mr.
No,
Brown?
I understand politically of Bose and Chris, all crap anyway. That's what me like that right there.
Even the, I'm not trying to highlight everything for you.
Yes, sir.
If there's no further questions, conclude the bond hearing on September 16th on September 16th, 2021 at 9:17 a.m.
One oh seven, Virgin River, that's it. That's it, that's right.
Everything on this one?
Yes, ma'am, everything's done.
Mr. Smith, don't forget to go to the courthouse and apply for a public defender test.
Probably stop there and go for a second. I want to wish you. Let me know when y'all clear.